live from the neighborhoods of Chicago. Today we will discuss the issue of immigration. We also have a Southside Irish report from the field, an In the Field report live from Hull House, and even an interview with the co-founder of Hull House, Jane Adams.
Here in front of Hull House in downtown Chicago. Hull House is the American manifestation of the settlement movement which originated in Great Britain. The original goal of this movement was to aid the impoverished people of Britain through educational services and other methods of support. The movement transitioned to the United States in the 1880s and exploded in a very short period of time. In 1887, there were only 74 settlement houses, but by 1890, there were over 400. Jane Addams established Hull House right here in Chicago in 1889. Hull House is in a way a model for many of the other settlement houses that have popped up over the years. Typically they are located in city centers. In fact, 40% of settlement houses were located in Boston, Chicago, and New York alone. Settlement houses have also become centers for political activists looking to take part in the community. However, many settlement houses lack diversity as blacks aren't always allowed to access the services they provide whites. Due to this, black settlement houses have started sprouting up so that blacks can have the same assistance as whites have access to. Many settlement houses are founded by religious organizations looking for ways to enrich their communities through education and social services. Without settlement houses in the cities of America, we would surely not be the same, or the cities would not be the same that they are now.
The Hull House, located in west side of Chicago, was co-founded by Jane Addams and Ellen Gates Starr. We're going to be interviewing Jane momentarily. Just to talk about the house very briefly and to show its impact, here are a few important things about the settlement house. This community of University of Women's main purpose is to provide its innovative social, educational, and artistic programs to help assimilate and aid these new Europeans into their new lifestyle and provide opportunities for working class people. There is no discrimination of race, language, or tradition for any of those who enter the doors of the Hull House. They offer classes in literature, history, domestic activities, and many other subjects. It also holds free concerts, lectures, and various clubs for both children and adults. Now to tell us more about it is the one and only Jane Addams. Back to you, Michael.
She's here with us to talk about her involvement with the settlement movement. Mrs. Addams, it's nice to have you with us today.
It's great to be here.
Let's just jump right in. Why did you first found Hull House?
Well, I wanted to find a way to help the impoverished people in the community. I wanted to enrich the community through education and support services rather than just throwing my money at the poverty issue.
I've read that Hull House has a set of ethical principles, which serve as the core of the goals in regards to Hull House. Could you please explain these for our viewers?
Yes, of course. Our main principles are to teach by example, to practice cooperation, and to practice social democracy. All of these are based on the goal of creating a comprehensive program of social services for those in need. Having these principles allows us to maintain unwavering focus on our goal.
Hull House, along with many other settlement houses, has become a center for political activism. Whether you intended for this to happen or not, what are your thoughts on the issue?
No, not at first. I primarily focused was on education, but over time, political activism became a key element of Hull House. Personally, I took action in the women's rights movement, especially women's suffrage.
Well, Hull House provides numerous educational services. What is the one that is most important to you?
Personally, I'm a huge proponent of the art program offered at Hull House. I wanted to create a space where people could think freely and not only learn what their jobs required. With outside funding, we were able to construct an art exhibition and studio space. We also offered art classes in the new wing, as well as provided a studio, which all members of the community could access when needed.
As well as providing educational services, it is my understanding that Hull House also engaged in some scientific studies.
Yes, you are quite right. Over the years, Hull House has documented locations of various diseases in an effort to find correlation between working conditions environmental issues, and location. In doing so, we have been able to improve working conditions by creating some of the first sanitation standards.
Very interesting. Whole House also provides a multitude of programs for the youth. Can you tell me more about these programs and what they entail?
Well, for young children, we provide a daycare service. However, once they get older, we offer kindergarten classes and recreation programs, which I believe return the spirit of youth to the younger generation, which I feel city living often sometimes takes away.
That's all the time we have for this segment. Thank you, Mrs. Adams, for your time and insight into the happenings at the famed Whole House. For any viewers who wish to visit Whole House, it is located at 800 South Halsted Street in downtown Chicago. Hello, welcome to Vinny's Pizzeria. Here we make the best brick oven fired pizzas in the city of Chicago. Now, the first step is to flip the dough. And once you flip the dough, it comes out in a circle. And you put that in the oven. We'll have to wait about, give it a good 30 seconds. It's too long. Now, it comes out looking like this. Our world famous Vinny's Pizza. Try a slice.
Hi, I'm Jesse. Today I'm going to be discussing the topic of immigration, a much debated issue. For as long as we can remember, people have been migrating to America to be a part of a country which is known for its freedom and new opportunities. For the last couple of years, the new wave of immigrants have come from Southern and Eastern Europe, much of them without any skills or money. More specifically, they are 28% Germans, 15% Irish, 8% Italian, and the rest coming from other areas in Europe. Most of Chicago's population actually consists of immigrants, 87% to be precise. As we all know, urbanization is rapidly growing and people are moving to the city of Chicago more than ever. They're all coming to escape poverty and oppression, and since most are rural people, making the adjustment to city life has definitely been painful. Some ethnic groups, Jews and Germans specifically, seem to be advancing economically more rapidly than others, for example, the Irish. People are complaining about these new immigrants taking up space, yet others are arguing that they're taking factory jobs and doing labor that we actually benefit from. So I'm here to try and settle the debate on whether these immigrants are benefiting us or not. Let's think about where they're coming from and where they're going in our cities. Many of these immigrants don't feel welcome, and so they're beginning to resort to their own neighborhoods. So if many of them, such as the Italians in Little Italy, are all living in one area, how bothersome are they to you? Also, all of the new factories popping up that are producing your canned goods, clothes, and other new inventions, who takes those difficult and poor condition jobs for us? The new immigrants, of course. They've provided a cheap and plentiful labor supply to the rapidly growing economy, and our industrial and agricultural development might not be possible without them. They're all migrating to Chicago to make money for themselves and their families so that they can become more successful. So we should continue to help assimilate them into our communities by public schooling and education and with religion. Also, some would get upset over the new cultures that they're bringing over but much of these larger ethnic communities are tending to stay together in their own neighborhoods, so they're not really bothering any of us. Their creation of churches aren't overpowering your religion, so if you could practice your religion at your own church, why can't they? Let the Irish build their Catholic churches. Let the Greeks build their own Greek Orthodox churches. My main point is, immigrants are harmless. Don't hate, assimilate.
Yeah.
Skip the trolley car, ride above the city on the L train.
Up next is Tara reporting live from a meatpacking plant in Bridgeport.
I'm in Bridgeport, standing outside of one of the many meatpacking plants here in the Southside neighborhoods of Chicago. In recent years, Chicago has become the hub of the meatpacking industry, employing 25,000 of the country's 68,000 packing house employees. Chicago has earned this title following the Civil War because many Midwestern farmers raised livestock, and railroads linked Chicago to large urban markets along the East Coast. A majority of Chicago meatpacking employees are Irish immigrants who have traveled to the United States and been forced to take jobs that are low-skilled and poorly paying. These immigrants left Ireland due to famine and economic depression, but arrived to new economic difficulties in the States. These people have settled in impoverished neighborhoods like the one I'm in, and have to work long hours to support their families. These meatpacking plants handle the slaughtering, processing, packaging, and distribution of the animals. Are you seeking job opportunities? Are you tired of struggling to find a job as an immigrant to the United States? Hopefully you feel comfortable with your Italian while enjoying the new opportunities here in America. Stop worrying because you can. In Little Italy or the Whole House neighborhood, this is all possible. Bring your family and friends to live on the west side of Chicago, so you can live comfortably and happily. With the help of the Whole House, your happiness and success is possible. Living here is the salvation for many Italians and other immigrants. Whole House prepares young people for the sought-after jobs of the day, using professional tradesmen as instructors. You can learn to be American at Whole House. No more worrying about feeling out of place as an Italian American, because here you're always welcome. There's hope for everyone, including you. Taylor Street thrives with its abundance of restaurants and shops for you to enjoy, and live at ease here in the magnificent city of Chicago. Come visit us, perhaps move in, because you won't want to leave our little Italy.
Hello, we are here with a German immigrant. What can you tell me about your neighborhood?
It's on the north side of Chicago, and it's also known as Lincoln Square.
What is employment like in Lincoln Square?
In the 1880s, most of us worked as shoemakers, butchers, and bakers because many people considered those jobs to be more traditionally German. However, those jobs were replaced by factories and machines.
What else can you tell me about the people of Lincoln Square?
We established workers' associations and unions. We helped develop structures that would be used later in labor movements.
What is family life like in your neighborhood?
Women kept the household under control because that was a big part of our culture.
That's all for today. Thanks for watching today's events and stay tuned for tomorrow's Chicago news.